Year is upon us, and it's time to reflect. It's your turn to decide what changes you would like to see in 2023. Crime, sexual exploitation of minors, food prices, service providers, no refunds, customer service. Well, don't talk about that one. It's your turn to speak up. Plus, we will hear from Son of the Soil, Bishop Clyde Harvey, as he gives his thoughts and blessings to Trinidad and Tobago. Listen live this Sunday from 10 a.m. on I-95.5 FM or watch live on the Eye on Dependency Facebook page or YouTube channel. Eye on Dependency. We don't just share stories, we change lives.
We acting a movie, let the credits roll. All who don't act properly, they will take your soul.
Eye on Dependency with Garth and Natasha.
Reality radio, at its best, where every life is a biography.
Sundays at 10 a.m. and exclusively on I-95.5 FM.
And streamed live on the Eye on Dependency Facebook page and YouTube channel.
Good morning. Happy New Year to you. Good morning, Mr. Garth.
Morning, Trinidad and Tobago, and a Happy New Year to you all. Happy New Year. It's the first for our independency, the 1st of January 2023, celebrating our 20th year, celebrated our 11th year anniversary yesterday, and wedding anniversary that is, and we are here with Storm and Tom this morning to start up our duty. First leg of the relay for the year 2023. Storm and Tom is still with us, and thank you, Tom, for agreeing to stay on and get our independency rolling.
Not a problem.
And Natasha, this as the promo says, this morning we just continue our duty. This is what activism is all about. This is what advocacy is all about. This is what we have to do. And we have to set the pace this year in a positive manner, hoping that we don't experience some of the things that we've experienced in the year gone by. It's not a nice thing. And if we can start this morning by pledging to have a different focus. I know it's a dream. I know it's a big ask of Trinidad and Tobago, but the police alone cannot do it. Let me start off by saying that the police cannot do it. Stop depending on the police to respect our country, for us to respect our country. It doesn't work like that. Otherwise, then we will have police officers who have foresight. And there was a movie with Tom Cruise where police was able to solve a crime before it even happened. That cannot happen. Our police is not to do that for us. And
You're saying that's movie business?
yeah,
That
that
happens in
you
movies?
see, police. And let's start with that. This morning, folks, is a morning for you. We don't have much chances to hear from you all. All right, because we have so much information to share every time we get before these microphones that we hardly have time to interact with you. But things happen in this country for the year, and today we're going to be dealing with some of these issues quickly. You'll hear from Bishop Clyde Harvey. Then there's a young lady, Natasha, who wants to introduce you to.
Yes.
See, Natasha found her on TikTok, and she shared some really interesting 2-minute videos on TikTok. And she's going to be the featured guest this morning on Independency.
Yes, unbeknownst to her, and I want to say good morning to Casalia and her family. I mean, she doesn't know me, she doesn't know us, but I mean, like you said, I came across her very charming videos on TikTok, and I think they're worth hearing, they're worth listening to, and if there's one thing that we could start doing a little bit more of in 2023 is listening to children,
Out of the mouth of babes and sucklings.
and what they have to say, what they think, how they feel. This will benefit us in the long run, because we hard back and old and trying to tell these young people and these children how to live their lives. But if we're not listening to them and what they want, what their dreams and desires are,
Yeah, and secondly, let me apologize to you, the listener, for all talk program to start the year with, about that jamming you hear in the background. And prepare yourself for a ride, because it's only going to get worse. And we talk about things that we hope to see change in the new year.
a little more
This is one thing
consideration and
I hope
compassion and
that,
empathy.
it will be arranged in a way where management will step in now and say, look, once a talk show is going on, then you need to take it down and not disturb the people who are listening. Because when we speak and we're being competed with, you get interrupted too by that boom, 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 all in the background there. And believe me, we have tried, and I want to apologize. I know a lot of you would speak to me off air about it and call us and tell us about it. Well, I am speaking on your behalf this morning. I know it's disturbing. Can't blame the people who moved into the building. The people who put the building together should have understood that once you have a talk show, put the talk show studios one place, and you put the
music
boom boom stations in one place. Let them boom out each other.
Correct.
But unfortunately the building wasn't designed like that. So I don't know if anybody ever explained that before, but the building wasn't designed like that. And the guys next door need to know, once a talk show is on and news is on, well, they don't do that during the news, and some reason Padilla and Tony don't hear that, but everybody else is fair game. And it needs to stop, because the recordings are expensive, airtime is expensive.
Correct.
And if you have to present a clip from any of the talk shows on this radio station
It's
here,
gonna have a boom boom in the background.
believe me,
Not good audio.
and that's unprofessional.
Correct.
BBC, we have close contacts with BBC. We do work with them from time to time. You all don't know that. And if they ask us to send a clip, then we cannot afford. We have to go through hundreds of clips not to get that boom 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 in the background. So I want to apologize to you for the start for that, because it's carnival now and it's going to get more intense. We will try our best to safeguard your listening pleasure by continually asking them to turn down the boom boom when we are on. That's all we
shouldn't have
asking.
to ask, but again, Garth, it goes back to, these situations, and you talk about the building and all of that, but all of these situations are created by people who are very much aware of the impact that their actions have on others. And they are choosing not to be considerate, not to be, as I said before, not to be empathetic, not to be compassionate. We are choosing to do that. And it's the same thing with the fireworks.
Yes,
I
we have
still
some
have
of
a
that to
headache
show
because
you.
of that.
We have some of that to show you too, folks, from last evening. It was Beirut all over again. And I think it's about time. We were just being explained downstairs by the security downstairs, Batiste, what he experienced last night. Imagine a pit bull is the scariest, the baddest dog on the block. And fireworks scares pit bulls. That's the only thing I know pit bulls run from. Seriously? You check it out. You know notorious pit bulls are, and if fireworks could disturb them, you know how stressful it is for animals. But yet, we cannot seem to get a hold of that. That's another thing. Again, as Natasha said, it's all about thinking about the next person.
Exactly.
And we've stopped doing that in Trinidad and Tobago just last evening. And I'm not going to call any names, but I was blown away to see children, and I mean children, running around shooting at each other with this new device now. We have some of that to show you too. Now there was, and one of the missiles went into dropped on someone's porch, and I said, here we go. I was thinking siren in a few minutes, but luckily it was extinguished. Something needs to be done about fireworks, and what we have to show you, if you still decide you want fireworks and everybody's going to sit and take it, there needs to be stricter regulations where this thing is concerned, because one misguided projectile or missile.
Time and place.
Time
That
and
is
place.
all. I think that is all we are asking. People who are in favor of a ban on the commercial sale of fireworks. That is all we are asking for. Time and place. Let the fireworks be discharged in areas that are not close to residential areas or not in residential areas, and at a certain time, so that we can prepare for it.
It should be against the law for children. And if we imagine their mothers and fathers in their bed sleeping while their children running around shooting at each other, you could get a phone call saying your son just burned someone's house down. And what are you going to do then? These children don't have money to buy fireworks, most of them, so they'll ask you for it. I hope all of you dodged a bullet last evening. But then if the community prepared to stay behind locked doors while children run around in the street shooting at each other and not do anything, then it will continue. Because again, Natasha, the police cannot be everywhere.
No.
There was a video shown last evening from someone on top of a building, and when you look, they were looking down in Port of Spain area. You swear it was Ukraine, a scene from the Ukraine war we were looking at. Explosions everywhere, every
And that's
second.
the thing.
And animals just running left, right, and center.
And that's the thing. If you are purchasing fireworks to set off in your neighborhood, who you doing that for really? Yourself. Because the people around you are not going to be able to see. It's not like if, you're watching fireworks, you're hearing the noise and you're watching the fireworks and you're going, ooh, ah, yeah. Where you ever see that? Where you ever see people gathered and saying, ooh, wow, and looking at the fireworks in the sky? No, everybody's cowering and hiding from the noise.
Well, not everybody, but
most people who sensible will be in their homes trying to protect themselves and their pets from this noise.
Calm down. We promise not to give this kind of start, but I know how passionate we are, and I should not have really raised this topic with you right now.
So early.
Because we don't want to spoil the start.
Okay.
So let me just let Natasha cool down. But folks, what you're going to hear from today is, as I said, the young lady. We're going to show you fireworks in Cook Rate, what they did. We're going to talk to the customs. It's things that we want to see change for 2023. Customer service, food prices. And there's a video that we wanted to share with you with a gentleman and a lady speaking to someone at a merchandising store. And the store said they have a sale. But then we'll get to that. You know the story. When they're going to purchase the sale price was not the price when they reached by the cash register. And there's the thing about no refund. The Consumer Affairs and the Consumer Affairs Ministry.
Division of the Ministry of Trade and Industry.
Right. They have said many times, you all can look it up, folks. Google. For any establishment to tell you no refund, they're breaking the law. It's as simple as that. They are breaking the law. And no establishment should tell you that once you have your papers in order, once you have proof of sale and everything else that goes with it, and you want a refund, it is your right to get a refund. So we talk about that, Shaman. Let's go to a break. And when we return, we hear from Bishop Harvey. And you want to start?
Let's
go with Bishop Harvey.
Yes. We need a little calming down, as you say, and to sort of set the tone, because we are extremely grateful to Bishop Harvey. Of course, he was one of the, what do you call them? Officiants at our wedding.
Priest at our wedding, yes.
So,
Father Stout, Father Godfrey Stout, both of them.
Yes. So we're extremely grateful to him. And of course,
he's out in Grenada.
He's out in Grenada, and in terms of the work that he has done, both in Trinidad and Tobago, and I'm sure now in Grenada, for his fellow citizens and for those who are vulnerable. But he sent a really nice voice note for us, and that we would like to share with you, because we think that what he has to say is timely, and we all need to hear it.
All right, folks, so let's go to Bishop Harvey, and 4 minutes of him speaking about our independency and what we're doing for Trinidad and Tobago, and what we like to continue to do. We thank you, our loyal listeners,
Yes.
viewers on Facebook and YouTube. Happy New Year to you. Without you, we cannot be possible, but we still insist that we must come and share education, regardless of who's listening. Because I know one person will tell the other. To that lady in Tobago, ma'am, I've got some help for you in Tobago. As soon as we finish, I will speak with you. All right? So let's go to Bishop Harvey, folks, and we'll be back.
Happy New Year to all those who are sharing this moment with Eye on Dependency. It is a privilege and a task for me to be able to reflect with you as we begin 2023. We begin 2023 looking back on 2022, of course, yes, but also understanding that to some extent we have to shake the dust from under our feet as we go forward into this new year. I want to thank God for the tremendous work that has been done last year. I have had the privilege of listening from time to time, and Garth and Natasha really, they've continued to open up new vistas for those who share. It's no longer just Eye on Dependency. It's Eye on our whole culture, which to some extent lives that dependency, but it also is struggling to become more interdependent, and we hope one day fully and truly a culture that respects everyone and a culture that looks out for those who are most vulnerable and most likely to be dependent. So congratulations to Garth and Natasha, and all of us need to support them. We understand very well the difficulties that they would have faced with Hazel's death and the mourning that involved. But 2023 offers perspectives whereby they might take the dreams of people like Hazel, people like Black Stalin, Black Stalin, who is a prophet par excellence for those who want to rid this country of the sufferers, those who want to raise the consciousness of people. As a matter of fact, as a Catholic priest, I would suggest that Black Stalin could be the patron saint of Eye on Dependency. And that means that every Sunday I find something from the Stalin to play that shapes people's consciousness. We can make it if we try. Wait, Dorothy, wait, because you see all this stupidness you want me to sing about? That had to wait until we fixed things. So it is in that spirit that I am entering myself into 2023, and I want to invite all of you to take up that local spirit. That's the first thing for me. It's not a question of listening to people from outside, but there are people among us here who have messages for us that we have to listen to. And I really want to urge you all to join with Garth and Natasha in this crusade for the sake of the nation, to get into the belly of a nation that a lot of people think is on a wrong path. But we dare to say that as long as we have people like Stalin, like Rudder, like Sparrow at his best, to open up our consciousness, to open up our awareness, and to teach us how we might go forward. For Garth and Natasha, you've brought some excellent people onto your program over the years, and I think you will do just as well in 2023. 2023 is 2023, which comes to seven. Seven. In scripture, 7 is a number of fulfillment. For those who are not scripturally inclined, is a lucky number. So both luck and divine blessing be yours as you go forward into this amazing number for this year, 2023. And may God bless all your efforts, but especially may God inspire those who listen to the program week after week. And especially I want to suggest those who happen to just tune into the program one particular week when they hear something that hits them. Wow, that they should pick up whatever they are challenged by and carry it through to a fulfillment and a better days. My prayers are with you today, and my prayers will be with you always, because the work you are doing is beyond estimable value. And may God truly bless you as the days go forth, So the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord look kindly upon you, upon all those who work to make the program possible, now and forever. Amen. We can make it if we try, just a little harder. In 2023 we try to make Trini life much sweeter.
We want to say again a beautiful good night to all the wonderful people.
And you could give us a little piece of the Stalin song.
So what we're going to do, we're going to sort of take out some of the most outstanding ones and some of them that we sort of keep doing and we know that you would love. So tonight is a very special night. This one for you. So the treasury broke and they say that reset and jamming. So to foreign countries, yes, we start migrating. We lose faith in the country, they say we gone down the drain. They say no more, could we see happy times again. For the will to recover in my people, I have confidence. Although many may seem to feel that I'm talking nonsense. But the majority of us decide we're not going to run, because now is the time for showing patriotism. Why our country facing its darkest hour, and our people need us today more than ever. But in our fight to recover, if ever you feel to surrender, I tell you one little thing that I want we always remember. What we could make it if we just a little harder. If we just give one more try, life would be much sweeter. From the time Trini analyzed that's what was the problem. Yes, we start making very positive moves to solve them. We fire the old system and it just we can't walk in. And it's a new troop we went and we bring in. We require them new managers not supplying. When election time come back wrong, it's new ones we bring in. But if it's one thing about my people, I would guarantee that they would never ever put party before country. And we country facing it's dark, it's our, and our people need us today more than ever. But in our fight to recover, if ever you feel to surrender.
Yes, you'll understand. Stalin told us that many, many years ago, and we want to reiterate, we can make it if we try.
If we try is
If
the,
we try.
the important part. We're
But
not
we
trying.
have to try. Yes, we have to try. We have to try. I don't know what it will take, but to those of you just joining us, folks, welcome, welcome. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Our folks listening on radio, YouTube, Facebook, we love you. We thank you for believing in us and the messages that we have been bringing you for the last 20 years. We're going to invite you to our celebration. All of you, don't worry.
In due course.
In due course. But we'll invite you to, because we need to account to you. We'd like to account to you to show you what our Dependency produced for this country, not for us, not for Garth and Natasha, but for this country, Trinidad and Tobago. And you will be shocked, but pleasant. Again, you'll be pleased to see that we have not just been an irrelevant talk show. We produce tangibles for Trinidad and Tobago, and we are proud of that. And to those who saw the pictures, Natasha decided to use pictures on our wedding day.
Yes.
You know, anniversary was yesterday, the 31st, and I want to say thank the Lord that brought us this far. So let's go to the young lady, short man, Catalea.
Yes.
And she has some things on Christmas song. She did a little piece on Christmas song. This child has far to go. She has a mouth on her, And
You gonna play a walk Santa? Or?
no, I'll tell them about I want to walk Santa and the relationship with
Okay.
Stalin and I after the next.
All right.
break,
So yeah,
but
just
we'll take some.
taking.
Remember, we have to take some calls too, so let's hurry up.
Yes, taking a little bit of Catalina. She has some complaints about so many Christmas songs. It's very funny, so we just want to lighten the mood a little bit as well. Here's Catalina on Christmas songs.
We go to a break right after.
So I just come here to do the songs I do not understand, and it's just a little kick. So now we start. I want my brush, neighbor. Yeah, I know it's a paintbrush, but some people very yeah, I don't know what to say. Leroy, where your mother gone? She gone Parang. So Leroy mother can't go Parang. She can't go Parang, so she has to stay in the house there with Leroy. The song what Uncle Room sing. I want something. I cannot say that word. Uncle Room, what kind of song is that? It's a parang. Not them kind of song and them. I still love you, Uncle Room. Love you. I want a piece of pork for my Christmas. I don't want no money cool. Keep your callaloo well. I want my pork. I want my maniku and I want my callaloo. So, Santa looking for a wife? Santa already have a wife. Why you looking for next one? He don't need no more. I ain't Miss Gloria. Why you going my Miss Gloria? And he have a wife who can cook all them stuff for him. That's what the wife's supposed to do. We're not leaving wifey for Miss Gloria. Good? That is your family. The man there went in the party with the wife and looking for next one? No. But them people is the family. I don't understand none of these songs. None. None. It have more, but I'm not saying the rest. Well, I'm not saying the rest. Yeah. And Zan in the background and nonsense. Yes.
So a little.
We have more to come from her.
Yes.
So let's go to a quick break, folks. And then we come back, we start the journey. We'll be back.
Yes, girl. Online here with this weirdo named Larry. I'm getting rid of him now. Let's take a selfie. It looking good, boy. I putting it online.
Hey, I thought you say you went to the beach with your parents.
Who's you?
It's me, Larry, from online.
Do not leave your keys in the ignition of your vehicle when you pull up to your driveway. This can make it easy for someone to make off with your vehicle. Don't let this be you. A message from the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service.
Some of us like to play games of chance, but remember, gaming should be fun, so don't get carried away. Play for a prize, but don't pay the price. Play for fun, but never for keeps. Play smart, but never play all. Winning isn't everything. If you or someone you know needs help, call our gambling addiction hotlines. Rebirth House 24-hour hotline 466-3146 or Serenity Place Empowerment Center for Women 794-7980. An initiative of NLCB and Eye on Dependency.
At Guardian Group, we've seen so many of our customers achieve great things. So, it's no surprise that after 175 years, our optimism is stronger than ever. Because when you've partnered with people to achieve their best lives as long as we have, you tend to see the world a little brighter every day. Guardian Group. Live easy.
Ion Dependency with Garth and Natasha.
Reality radio, at its best, where every life is a biography.
Sundays at 10 a.m. and exclusively on 95.5 FM.
And streamed live on the Ion Dependency Facebook page and YouTube channel.
Thank you for staying with us. This is Ion Dependency.
Yes, and thank you once again, folks, and those of you just joining us, we say Happy New Year to you. It's the first Sunday in January, and we start the relay again. So things we would like to see change. Let's go to that video, one-time video, the fireworks in cookery. Let me just show you what these young men are doing with these things. And maybe one day, we just hope a disaster would not happen for the sale of fireworks to come to an immediate stop to ordinary citizens. I know it's a tough ask, it's a big ask.
It shouldn't be.
But we are asking the suppliers as well to think, have a little more empathy, please. Go to Facebook when fireworks, or after you've done your fireworks, go to Facebook and see how many pictures of dogs and cats and birds that you see cowering. And people traumatized, from this thing. Let's go to that video. Watch this. Tell me if you would encourage your child to do this. And what do you think could be the end result of this one Christmas, or whenever they choose to use them. They're using these things as weapons now. Weapons, chasing each other and firing it at each other. Look at it.
Now I run on my... Hey, boy! Ah! Come here on the scenes, all ya!
Hey! What do you have?
Hey!
Well, what the hell is this?
Ah!
Busted behind them! I'm dead on the car! Busted! Look at my dress! Look what you done, them psycho! Busted!
And a car pulled up, and some of them they emptied some of these things in the vehicle that the guy had to come out. And now another thing, I looked at one or two of those cylinders that were left this morning, and it says on the instructions, do not hold with your hand. That's what it says on it. It is written on it.
So what are you supposed to do with it?
Well, I guess it has comes with something to launch it or whatever, but it says it on the... I'll show you the
So
picture.
obviously it's not for people, not to be sold to people, right? For people to use just willy-nilly like that.
This is what our children are doing.
This is the problem.
With fireworks that we get. So, and strange enough, pull back up, Gary. Look. Now tell me, is this safe? And it just takes,
Doesn't
again...
make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense, but you want the police to be in every community to stop this? This is way over the head of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. We need, because you'll be calling them out every minute. They won't have time to tend to anything else but going after fireworks and every sound that they hear. It makes no sense. We have to protect. I'm sorry, but
Each other. I mean, who makes a decision to do these things? What is the fun in this? I still don't understand what is the fun and excitement about, firing explosives after people and the amount of noise that it creates. What is the excitement in that?
folks, it's up to you, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, to make this change. We cannot do it here on Independency. We can only bring it to you, put the idea in your head, and understand this must be a national effort. This cannot be two people and one or two activists speaking out. It cannot be solved by that. The politicians listen to the majority. Let's appeal to the heart of the politicians to put their foot down harder on this. We cannot afford to have children running around with these missiles.
We will wait until somebody again loses a hand or an eye or somebody's house burned down. That is when we wake up.
But it has happened before. So
I know.
It could happen again in a worse of way. So
that's what we like.
Please, folks, we witnessed it ourselves again, and this is what we would like to see change. What about you? So let's go to Image E. Image E, and again we want to congratulate the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, Customs for stepping up a bit. But one thing we would like to see change, there's a story of guns and ammo seized on the port, and let's go to that image, Shortman, and we have some images of it to show you what the customs and police worked in tandem and they seized. However, something continues to happen that continues to baffle us, and we hope that that would change in this coming year. Natasha and I had a Zoom conversation with an official from the National Crime Agency, and he was there since it was soccer. Mm-hmm. He was one of the sergeants who came down to Trinidad and Tobago to train the first dispensation of SAUT, that was SAUTT. And he told us that he's following, because you know what happened to them as soon as the other government, the other people took over. Change. And they disrespected those people to the max. But they came to help Trinidad and Tobago.
Those professionals, those were enforcement professionals.
These were real professionals. And he told us, he said, he spoke about a seizure that he read about online, and he said all they have to do is, once you intercept, you decommission, place tracking devices, put them back, leave them there like nothing happened, and follow it. Mm-hmm. He said that's all they have to do. But instead, we continue to hear, we thank you all for finding the guns. We love you for finding the guns. But there are still the people who bringing them in still around.
Correct.
Or nobody's paying the price for doing it. This is something we can't stop, Think about it. Because the people we're dealing with are people who have gazillion amount of dollars. But let's start maybe weakening the nest. So decommission the weapons, put them back, put tracking devices. That is if and only if we want to hold people for doing this or arrest people for doing it. Maybe we might be trivializing it. But
and not necessarily just the people whose hands they end up in, because they are placed in certain people's hands for a reason by other people. So let's try and find those other people who are actually arranging for the guns to be brought into the country. How about we look up some of those people?
And how about you tell us after you look up those people?
Correct.
Don't tell us when you get it. We don't want to know about that. That our business is when you did your investigation and you catch the people, then you bring them before the public and say, these are the people who've been bringing guns into your country.
Correct.
Other than that, jumping up and clapping and saying we found this and showing us it is not helping us. Again, the police cannot, when these guns get on the street, it's police now have to go and deal with this. And soldiers and
no, but this I guess is an effort. It's an effort to show the public or to demonstrate to the public the amount of danger, not that they are in, but the police are in, because the police going after them. So what about us out here? What about the rest of us? We're supposed to say, like, oh my God, these are the weapons that are on the street. These are the weapons in the hands of our children. Okay, but
if you're just joining us, you're listening to Independency, and we are speaking about things we like to see change. We'll go over to you in a while, but things we like to see change going forward in Trinidad and Tobago, the way we do business. Again, decommission the weapons, put tracking devices, put them back, and let people come for them.
Correct.
Same thing with drugs. Same thing. So nobody can say it's not mine, as has happened in the past.
That's all.
All right? This is what we would like to see, humbly ask to see change if we don't want to cross 600 this year. All right? Remember, people have their job. People take their job. They know why they're doing what they're doing. But you know.
Yeah. Here we go.
All right. So our folks next are just saying hello. All right. So that's what we like to see change, right?
Yes.
Let's go to G, customer service. Look at this video. This was an encounter with a member of the buying public, you know, Christmas time, people looking for bargains, and there was a sale at a very popular. They're doing that for spite.
Yes, it would appear so. That's what it feels like.
You all hearing that, folks? Again, we apologize. Natasha, stop sucking your teeth on the paper microphone, please. We apologize for that, folks. Again, we have no control over that noise, but it's okay. We press on. So let's go to that video. Or you want to show Catalia, right? Let's introduce Catalia again for us. Give the people a little light-hearted something.
Yes, this is part 2 of her video on Christmas songs. So let's try and forget about the old noise and try and lighten the mood again a little bit. Catalia.
Oh yeah, requesters, Atu, we just here for the cakes. Uncle Rama come back with you again. I come for the phone, Annie. So you just help us to put Annie at the end in a pacifical way. You could have just put I come for the phone. You didn't have to put Annie at the end. Eat something before you go. Eat something before you go. So you can't put my food in a bowl for me to carry home and eat. So I can't eat my food at home? I have to eat today. No, I don't. I want a Spanish woman to marry me. Uncle Baron, and no offense to Spanish, because I have a little Spanish in my family. But you want Spanish woman, and it's a real nice woman in Trinidad. I feel to put something in your mouth, like a piece of ham. You could put the ham on the plate, and I'll put it in my mouth for myself. You don't need to put it in my mouth for me. I have hands and a handicap. I want a lick. I want a lick. I want a lick. I can't do it without a lick. You can't do it without a lick of what? I hope it's not no candy there because we don't want no sugar, no diabetes or anything. Or high blood pressure. No, we don't want that here. Oh, Anita. Hi, Anita. You give Anita everything. You give she oven. You give she fridge. You give she microwave. You give she TV. But you never give she the groceries to make the breakfast for you in bed. No, you never give she the groceries to make the breakfast. That not bucking here tonight. If it's tight, you tight. Sorry, but I don't drink. Even when I get older, I'm not drinking. That's not for me. Drinking is not for me. If all you want to drink, go ahead and drink. That drinking is not for me. I giving you rose fall, red pepper and chow chow. I thought pepper and chow chow does go better with ham. You're giving the man rose fowl every day. Why? Give him some ham on Christmas now. I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know what to do with these songs. I fed up. I real fed up. Give the man some ham. Don't give him no more rose fowl.
This child is sweet too bad. That's
Yes.
her name is what again? Remind me,
Catalea.
listener. Catalea.
And she's on
And she has a message.
TikTok and Instagram. But
Yes.
the powerful part is coming up a little bit later.
Yes, she has a message for us.
She does.
That will make you say, this child beyond her years. You're listening to Dependency. Those of you just joining us on YouTube and Facebook, we thank you so much. We have much more for you coming up. We have that interaction between a sales rep and a customer at a very famous or very popular retail outlet in Trinidad, and you wouldn't believe. And then there's a story that broke where grocery stores locking up their cheese.
Yes.
You have any idea why? We take a break.
People
Short man.
thieving cheese.
We'll be back. Stay right there.
Some of us like to play games of chance. But remember, gaming should be fun. So don't get carried away. Play for a prize, but don't pay the price. Play for fun, but never for keeps. Play smart, but never play all. Winning isn't everything. If you or someone you know needs help, call our gambling addiction hotlines. Rebirth House 24-hour hotline 466-3146 or Serenity Place Empowerment Center for Women 794-7980. An initiative of NLCB and Eye on Dependency.
At Guardian Group, we've seen so many of our customers achieve great things. From key moments when together we've planned for the future to those unforgettable days when you've celebrated the rewards of those great decisions. So, it's no surprise that after 175 years, our optimism is stronger than ever. Because when you've partnered with people to achieve their best lives as long as we have, you tend to see the world a little brighter every day. Guardian Group. Live easy.
When entering your premises, be aware of your surroundings. Close gates and doors behind you. This mistake can make you a victim of a crime. Remember, crime prevention is everyone's business. A message from the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service.
Go, sona! I come in! And don't give me no attitude there.
You have Shiana manners, boy. I wish I had your touch, boy.
You have to groom them. First, you have to target them. Scope them out. See if they have low self-esteem. Family problems, you know? Then you move in and gain the trust.
I like your glasses.
After that, you feel a need. Some of them like nice things like fancy phones, hairdos, clothes, food. It have ones who only looking for somebody to care and listen to their problems. You feel me? What's important though, you have to isolate them from the people. Let them believe it's all about you
Forget
and them.
I care about you.
Then you get through.
Nice, nice.
Look one right here. Try thing now.
A message from the counter-trafficking unit of the Ministry of National Security.
Eye on Dependency with Garth and Natasha.
Reality radio, at its best, where every life is a biography.
Sundays at 10 a.m. and exclusively on 95.5 FM.
And streamed live on the Eye on Dependency Facebook page and YouTube channel.
Eye on Dependency. Happy New Year to you if you're just joining us.
Happy New Year to you too, folks.
Listening to us on I-95.5 FM and Facebook or YouTube.
Hope you had a really restful night and you're ready to take on a new year. It's the first day, it's the first journey. We began with one step some few hours ago and we start to walk again. So let's go. Thank you those of you who continue to believe in what we do and the information that we want to share. We talk about customer service. We would like to see that change, folks. Customer service in Trinidad and Tobago, we tired to hear people complain about it. There are Facebook pages set up for bad customer service in Trinidad and Tobago. There are customers, and the sad thing is that some people who serve us don't understand as we pay their salary. And a young lady well cursed me out for telling me, you can't pay my salary, you pay my salary. And I had to explain to her, It's not your boss paying you, darling. It's we, when we walk in here, paying you. This is the first place I know people open businesses, and when you're walking at the vex. It makes no sense. You open a business to make money. And the customer service sometimes really sucks in Trinidad and Tobago. There are
really
places, you see Bagwan Singh, I hold no brief for them. I have no friends with the Bagwan Singh. But that outlet on Sealat, or even the one up by, they exceptional. Exceptional. And when I tell you exceptional, folks, there's one organization and they advertise here, so I could give them that kudos. When you go there, you ask a member of staff for anything, you never get attitude, and they take you right to where the product you're looking for without a fuss. I've seen it many, many, many times. So Bagwan Singh to me, top of the list in hardware where that is concerned.
Yep.
Let's go to this G video. When we come back, we speak more. And we'll hear from you. Remember, things you like to see change. This is an interaction.
Excellent Stores, Brentwood.
It was the price because all they had is sale, it going up. But it's more than how much it was before.
Yeah.
But that don't make no sense. I can talk to a supervisor, please. Is a supervisor? So, the price there that on the item, it went up for the sale.
Before. It went up before the sale.
It went up before the sale.
The price was new from the shop. But how the prices, it's kind of said, that's the price right now. But we can't do no adjusting to say, take it off.
That's not. I'm trying to understand this clearly. 200 was the price. Okay. Well, you raised it to $259 because of the sale. And now with the sale.
Before the sale, they raised the price.
Right.
So it was $199, $200 before the sale started. And they didn't remove the label because we didn't know the item.
But I still, I'm confused. So it was 200 before the sale.
This is the price right now.
Right, it was 200 before the sale. With the sale, it went up to $259. With the sale now, it is $233.10, which is more than how much it was without the sale. I just want to understand if I have it correct.
Take away the sale from your mind.
Okay,
so
sorry, the price on the shelf is $199. Right. You all have a sale now.
No, we don't think about the sale.
How you don't think about the sale?
Listen, it was $199 before, and before the sale started, the price went up, and they didn't remove the label. It was the price before.
But you said don't think about the sale when you bring.
This is the price right now with the sale.
We are talking about the sign that was there with the
sale. This is the wrong label in front of the item.
Is that consumer fault or is that your fault for false advertising?
Because I'm real confused. The original price is $200. With the sale, it's $233.10. That's what I'm understanding.
So who's responsible for that?
No, you explained it already. It went up before the sale, and now the current price.
Who's responsible for not taking on the side?
Because she's going to post it on social media.
But I can adjust the price later again for the $199.
You want the name of the person in charge?
Yeah.
Marissa Alexander.
Okay.
Marissa Alexander, yes. Thank you.
You're welcome. So you're taking the item?
Yeah. For which price I'm getting it for?
The price is standard.
I'm getting it. If I'm taking it, it's $233.10.
Yes, $233.10.
Which is not the price that on the label, which is the original price before the sale.
You're getting it for the price of standard.
I'm getting it for the sale price, which is $233.10, and the original price is $199.
The old price is $199.
And the sale price is $200. Okay. I would not be taking it with the sale, right? And how much are these with the sale price?
And that's one of hundreds that people go through. And one thing we would like to see change is that all of these establishments have a clear understanding that they serve us. But the attitude in some of these places that you go, customer service, there should be a demand for all employers to train their staff to deal with customers.
Yeah.
So because some businessmen use the excuse, well, I will train them, and then they would leave and go and work for somebody else. Well, then let everybody train them. So no matter who leave and go where, there's a blueprint for customer service. But we don't seem to have that in Trinidad and Tobago. You know, you just have a son looking for a job. What you could do for? Or have a daughter. Yeah, send them out open a shop long by me, and they go and get. And when they sit in front of the boss, they tick yes in every box. Are you a people person? Yes. Are you this? Yes. Are you that? Yes. But then when you put them behind counter now, they grow fangs and claws. And that making any sense? So, and then the issue of no refund. It is against the law. Folks, for any business, according to the Ministry of Trade and Industry and Consumer Affairs Division, that it is against the law to not refund a customer if they desire to have a refund. It is against the law. Remember that. And I hope those of you listening and joining us this morning could pass on that message to everybody so one person will get it and pass it on to the next. It is against the law, business people of Trinidad and Tobago, according to the Ministry of Trade and Industry, to say no refund. A customer is entitled to a refund, I think, within reason. And as the law says, Natasha, be looking for the quote. I'm sorry we didn't. The technology failed us this morning. But that is what you can look it up too if you think we're making it up. We're not making it up. All right? So the image of the food prices, folks, why people stealing cheese?
Wait, before you go there,
Before I go there? Okay.
just one comment on the customer service thing. Did the young lady buy the item? Well, I hope she didn't, because this is one way in which we as consumers feel, relinquish our power. The power is in our buying power rests with us. If you realize that an establishment is not treating you the way you ought to be treated, do not patronize that establishment. It is that simple. Yes, you can make the video and light them up on Facebook and everything.
But you'll go back there and buy tomorrow.
But you cannot support that nonsense. You cannot continue to support the nonsense. You can complain and then go and buy it still. We can't. Let us leave that in 2023 now. Light them up.
2022. Let's leave that in 2022.
Yes. Can we not continue to support businesses that are ripping us off?
And what can we do about this, folks? Speaking of rip-off, put up the cheese, short man. Now, there was a story going around where an establishment had to lock away their cheese, and you have to go to the cashier if you want cheese. Supermarkets locking away cheese to stop shoplifters. Why people would shoplift cheese? Folks,
because they can't
I would have
afford
done
it.
that when I was on drugs and I go in a supermarket and I wanted to go and barter. I would have stolen cheese if I got the chance to.
Where would I sell? Who you sell the cheese to?
I'll go by the pusher and give the pusher it and get 2 rock for it, or get a rock for it. Depends.
Cheese?
Yeah. Well,
Butter with food too?
Especially if this pusher could see, well, it just came from the supermarket and it's still cold. And pusher's taking that. Why are you looking so shocked? Well, don't worry. During this year, next month, we'll have a pusher who I bought drugs from, and another gentleman called Bambi. We smoke drugs together. We'll be in studio here to tell you all about that. But yes, I would steal cheese to carry by a pusher.
Okay.
People's cheese now has gotten away from the poor man. A bread and cheese was a quickest menu, just like a double, for a poor person, or a cricks and cheese. Now cheese, folks, is way out of our reach. That little block of cheese that sold for $9, $10 is no more. Is no more. You could have gotten a piece of cheese for $5, $6. It is no more. Are we getting proper explanations for this? Is it fair that now not even the poor person can afford a block of cheese any longer, which is the cheapest on the food chain, you would think, or should have been? How come cheese reached to this?
I think we should also question the motive of the supermarket owners. Because, not just the hiking of the prices, but, there are certain items that you keep under lock and key, right? Maybe there might be prescription or alcohol or something related to, the vapes that is be selling behind her. Anyway. But to put cheese, an item like cheese, which is a basic item, right?
Basic.
A basic food item. To put that behind a lock and key, what does that say about that establishment and what it thinks of its customers?
No, Natasha, but no, you can't blame them.
Because then you put everything behind a
All right,
cage.
calm down,
Because
calm down.
literally
Calm down.
everything that is being sold in the supermarket could grow legs and walk out,
All
couldn't
right,
it?
calm down, calm down. What I'm saying is that they normally would hide away the product that is most sought after. Like
Yeah.
some establishments
It
lock
can't
away
be
the
cheese.
some establishments lock away the olive oil, some establishments lock away the alcohol. So now with cheese has gotten to
It
that
can't
level.
be, yeah, but it can't be. That cannot be.
Why it cannot be? Because people are stealing it. And they feel they need to protect their product. Okay, fine. But what is the reason people stealing cheese? People used to steal, as I tell you, people used to steal cheese long ago, unless the person really hungry and didn't have money and will take a chance to try it. You could have go by Mr. Johnson and buy a bread and cheese.
I
Remember?
refuse to believe that people are stealing cheese when it have other items like rice and peas and other basic items. I refuse to believe that people are going into groceries and thieving cheese.
What do you mean you refuse to believe it? So
I don't think it's to the extent that they have to put it behind a lock and key.
Have you heard from the Supermarket Association president?
I don't trust them.
Okay, but what I'm saying is that the reason people feel the need to lock away their cheese is because there's something going after the cheese, and whether
And it's not the
human
rats
or
rolling in the background.
But however, the problem is why people cannot afford cheese any longer. And you know what bothers me about supermarkets and groceries, and I've been dying to say this. They were the only entity, along with drugstores and in some cases hardware stores, who weren't affected by the pandemic. They were open 24/7. Some of them, they were never shut down.
Correct.
So these people made money, more money than God.
So
some of
why
them.
are we trusting
still-
their view on this? Why should we trust their view on this? Because they have nothing to lose. Because they know people are going to come in their establishment and buy the products they're selling.
In some places they lock away coffee too. You know, somebody just leave a message here on YouTube saying that. Thank you, June, for that. They lock away coffee in some well-known groceries. So people, the bottom line is, folks, would you like to see that change? Would you like to see a more robust intervention from the entity that's responsible for protecting us, the consumer? I would like to see that.
I'm not
I would
trusting a
definitely like
capitalist
to see
over
that.
consumer.
You know,
No way.
What would you like to see? Huh? So, people, Catalea is back again. Before we take your calls, we take your calls. Tasha has another video to show you.
Yes, one more
When we
from
come
Catalea.
back, we also I'll come back with a track after Catalea that I'll tell you the connection to that, Leroy Calliste and myself, and his wife Patsy. So
Let's take in this message from Catalea, a very important one for parents and children alike. Let's hear what she has to
let's
say.
hear the young lady.
So I was having a meeting with my mommy and siblings about us being on the tablets every day, and it end up one thing to another. And I have a book here about some things that happened in the meeting. Now I am talking on my behalf, and please people don't bash me. When my mommy started talking about her childhood, I wish I could have some of the childhoods she had, because of the things that was nice and thing of her childhood. I wanted to have kind of the same. And we as kids are suffering. We can't go outside to play, because if we go in the road and play a little football or cricket, cars flying across the corner, so we have to run to the side real quick. Even in the park, we have to watch the people who watch the toughs, because both boy and girl, we have to be careful, because them can easily come and snatch us away. Even in schools, kids come in to school depressed because of the things happening at home, and they're taking out the depression at others. Some of us have to grow up faster, that we want to because of broken homes and unstable homes as well. Because families can't see eye to eye and scolding each other in front of our little children like me. Little children like me. We really have to fight every day for ourselves and each other. Most of the time you will hear other people say, pray. God is the answer. Yes, He is. But I am being honest. Some of our kids really don't want to hear that unless our mommy says, come on, let us pray. Try and have a one person you can talk to. At times we look in the wrong places for that. But pray and God will send someone to guide you. My mommy is my go-to person, even though it might have times I would not be pleasant at things she says, because we all have our bad and good ways to listen. Just don't give up on life. Things are getting hard. They are telling us to adapt to it, even going to the shops is problems because the snacks and things risen and life is getting harder. It's nothing about to do who rich and who poor. The cost of living. Some parents have to work 2 and 3 jobs. Some not getting none at all. So please, parents, understand. Some of us even do. This tablet thing have it good and bad in it. This is what we're growing up into. This is our reality, and kids. I'm not saying do not help out at home, because some of us hard-headed and we do not listen. We have to listen. But be fair enough to parents. Be fair to our parents. If it was not for we parents, we'd not have had them tablets and devices to be on and playing game and watching YouTube and saying no. If it was not for them, we would never had that. So be grateful and stop thinking your life is bad. It is not bad. There are kids with more situations than that right now. So please be grateful, and I love you all.
This little child, when I heard this video, I said, but nah, God said we have to share this because...
Who child is this?
I mean, whatever you're doing, mommy, keep doing it,
daddy.
because... or daddy, or mommy and daddy and siblings,
Yes,
keep doing it,
keep
because
doing
this
it.
child...
This child has far to go.
Yes, no, she's very very articulate, yes, and confident in what she's saying. She believes what she's saying, and to me, she wholeheartedly, endorses what she's saying, and she's talking
she
the
believes in
truth.
herself, yes. And this is a future leader right here, folks. Her name is, again, that's her Instagram name?
No, that's her actual name,
That's her
Catalina.
actual name.
But she's
Some
on
applause there.
Instagram and Facebook as, oh gosh, can I get in there?
This one for applause.
Yes.
This is Catalina, as they said, out of the mouth of baby and suckling.
How old is she, Allison? I don't know. Maybe about 9, 10.
Anybody familiar with this young lady could tell us what's her age? Because she's a future leader. We have to look out for her in the future. So folks, one more thing I wanted to talk about with the police service now. The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, again, as I said in the beginning, and those of you just joining us, welcome. You're listening to Dependency. This is our first foray into the new year. We start the relay from today. And
you'll get a chance to chime in shortly.
Yes, we open up the lines for you shortly. So stand by with what you would like to see change for 2023. Keep it short. You have a minute to tell us what would you like to see change for 2023, because that change and the reduction in crime is a domino effect. Everything is connected. And with the police service, I would like to see an upgrade in the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. We have some of the most brilliant police officers in the Caribbean, in the Commonwealth. I could guarantee you all that, right? But we have flashes of brilliance individually from some, but as a team, and there are certain things that I hope one day a commissioner could change without a fuss, without a fight, and do it when they say they're going to do it. Body cameras. Body cameras and the way we transport people and the way police apprehend and transport suspects. We need to change that. Right now, folks, police are looking like hunters. I saw a video just recently where police ran into a house, shot a man, one held one hand, one held one leg, one held the other hand and the other leg, and they brought him out like they just shot a deer in the forest. That is not 21st century policing. I don't know who, I don't care who. Remember, Natasha and I interviewed commissioners outside of Trinidad and Tobago, first world countries.
Correct.
And what you see when police shoot someone, have you ever seen, whether in the movies or in real life, police take up anybody after they shot them and put them in any trunk or any vehicle or the tray of a pickup and carry them anywhere?
Nope.
Have you seen that anywhere, folks? It does not exist in this century, or it should not exist. Leave that for countries where barbarism is a daily diet. We supposed to be 21st century police officers, then we need to behave like that. And that of shooting people, picking them up and throwing them in the back of a tray, or when you arrest a suspect and put them in the day you hear somebody lose their brakes and run into the back of a police vehicle and kill a suspect, then it will change. Why wait for that? Let's do it now and give our police officers who want to upgrade the chance to upgrade. You see the news report of you were accosted by someone, they raised a firearm at you, and you fired back, you returned fire, and when the smoke cleared, the person was dead, and you tried to transport them to the hospital. Let me change that narrative, please. Now, I would like to see that change.
I agree wholeheartedly.
Please, God, I'm asking for that to change.
What that does is it says to us, John Public and Jane Public, that they went to kill somebody. The police went to kill somebody because obviously your intent was not to arrest or detain. Your intent was to kill, and the treatment of the individual after they were shot tells me what your intent was.
Okay, but saying that they intend to go and kill someone, I don't think that's the intention.
If you shoot somebody and pick up their body and throw them in the back of a van, what is your opinion? What is your intent? What is your opinion of that individual?
That is the end result of shooting someone. But it should not be done. This is what I'm saying. Let's see that narrative changed to you drop a body, leave the body there, cordon it off, the DMO comes, the detective comes. That's how it's supposed to go.
Because that is how it's supposed to go, and if your intent is to solve a crime, and to gather evidence.
Okay, calm down, Natasha, calm down.
Don't tell me to calm down. I'm not
working
on myself, but these are things this is people's lives we're talking about.
Yeah, I know. But we could only ask this morning for for that narrative to change and the body cam. Remember, there was a video circulating where 2 police officers in the U.S. accosted a lieutenant in the U.S. military. He got fired yesterday because when they went over the video, and they pepper sprayed him and all kind of thing.
Yes, I
because when
that.
they went over the video, they saw the officer was wrong and he was fired. But all the evidence was on body cam.
Good.
That is what we're asking for. Could somebody finally give our officers, be it mandated, that they carry body cams?
What I would also like to hear, Garth, is for a police officer to say that what is going on right now is wrong. Have we ever heard that? Have we ever heard a commissioner or any other senior officer say the way that we treat suspects or individuals, members of the public who have been shot and killed, that is wrong? It needs to change. Have we ever heard that? We haven't heard it, which means there is no intent to change it.
Well, we're asking now for it to change. That's all we could do, Natasha. That's all we could do.
The whole police service, I mean, we spoke at length with somebody who explained what happened to her when she went to make a report about a damaged vehicle. in a police station in 2022. What happened? From the point of this citizen making a report in a police station, it is all back to front and archaic. People still writing thing in book. They don't have a receipt book. You're asking people to return to the police station to make a report when we get a receipt book. What nonsense is that? That cannot be tolerated by any police officer with his or her salt. Cannot accept that as service to the public. Police are supposed to be protecting and serving us out here. So we are within our rights to demand the kind of service that we want.
Okay, so all we could do is ask, and we are asking again. It's one of the things that we like to see change. Let's see if it will change. I just need somebody to say, we must change this. So when we apprehend someone, there are cars that have configured, and I'm sure the U.S. Embassy or Chinese Embassy would be glad to donate that to us, that if there are 24 patrol cars on the ground, at least 10 of them would be configured to transport prisoners. So you have the back, you put them in the back seat, it has cages, it has roll cages, you handcuff them, you seatbelt them, and
That
what about
says
that?
all I need to know about how the
Something
police think of people.
Is there something wrong with us looking like that? I am asking. I am begging that we have that look going forward. Let's go into the 21st century, all right? So all we could do is ask. You're listening to Independency, folks, and thank you very much for joining us this first Sunday in January. And we go to video J, short, I don't know what Natasha put together, and after this,
you're
we
going to
take
this
your call.
already?
Or do you want to do that? All
Yeah,
right, let's take
closer
some.
to the end, please.
All right, so let's take
This
some
is a
calls.
surprise for Garth.
Let's take some calls at 622-3937. What would you like to see change in Trinidad and Tobago for 2023? Whether it's our relationship with each other. Well, we'll talk for that. Our relationship with each other in
What
this
about
country
your song, Garth?
is real, is toxic. I will look for a want to walk Santa, please.
And in the meantime, you could start the story.
Yes.
A long time ago in Bethlehem.
11 years ago, man-child came to me. He wanted me to sing a song called Walk Santa. It fell right into my garden because all then I was looking for work. And it was produced by Junior Ibo Joseph. But I didn't have the funds because I wasn't working, as the song said. And I called Leroy because I really wanted it done. I called Leroy, and Leroy said, "God, where I say by Ibo?" He said, "Okay." I'm Port of Spain. Leroy went with his wife by Ibo and paid for the production of I Want to Walk Santa without a fuss, and that's the connection we have. And, we always had a good relationship, and I thank him as we honor him today as his passing, and all the arrangement, what it's supposed to be going forward for Leroy Calliste, the Black Stalin. Gary, you have any callers? Let's take 622-3937. Hello, good morning. Happy New Year to you. What would you like to see change for 2023?
Yeah, I vote for this government all my time. I'm not a young post. But one thing I see with them, they're not strong in the conversation. You're having people firecracker whole night. People can't sleep. How much time people complain about that? You go tell me the government they're listening to the people to stop them nonsense? Guns coming in the country. Nobody is doing nothing about them kind of thing. That is the thing I find this government supposed to be more strong in the listen to the people. That is my problem.
That would you like to see
All
change,
right?
right?
Sir, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. 622-3937. Morning.
Morning.
Morning, God. Morning, Tasha.
Morning.
Happy New Year, man.
Same to you. Happy New Year.
All
Same
the
to you.
best. I hope you cooked that prosperity pot for Tasha last night, wifey. Only liberals like to cook, Don't let me down. Yes.
No, don't worry yourself.
God, and thanks for you and thanks for the contribution you have made through the years in a sincere and a genuine way to the public, the downtrodden, and the society in a whole. We'd be worse off without you and your contribution. So, on my end, I appreciate it, even in my challenging situation. So, what you have done for Trinidad and Tobago.
Thank you, Neil. Thank you.
Yes, I don't think God we move away from the force in Natasha. From force to service, the police service.
Yeah.
Yes.
Garbage and culture.
Yes.
We have been talking about this for about 25 years. What I would like to see for the new year is that we get. I was talking to an elite coach, and one coming just now from abroad. If you set the Garth, you will know he's a military man like you, Garth. If you set the bar low, you don't have to go high, right, Tasha?
Correct.
Because you set it low.
Yes. Everybody jumping over it.
Right. So he says he sets the bar high. So anybody that comes around him and his squad knows that this is the threshold. So what I would like to see the government do is set the bar high with the cutting edge technology in a synchronization of the customs, immigration, and the police service with those guns. And getting a hold on those guns coming through. It don't make no sense with just picking up guns off the street from people's hands and like a revolving door, a strainer. What we need to do is stop it at the source. And what you need is synchronization and cooperation in a very serious and systematic way. And the only way you could do that is by collaboration and by setting the bar high with integrity, credibility, and people who are trained in that in all our ports of entry. And then we will be able to peg back the 600. So I'm just hoping that the government, Mr. Fitzgerald Hines, who's someone that I have in high esteem, and Garth and to the government, I hope that that is at least done so we could peg back this crime with the young people and the blood that is being spilled. But you all, thanks for the contribution for through the years, Garth. You always stay blessed.
You're welcome. Thanks a lot.
very much.
And Mr. Hines will be here next Sunday, God willing. So we welcome him, and he and hope he can answer all your questions for you that you will have for him. 622-3937. And good morning. Hello?
Hello, morning.
Morning.
Hi,
Yes, ma'am. What would you like to see
Happy
change?
holidays to you. In my community, I would like to see people dispose of their green branches instead of burning them.
Oh.
Because, you know, I remigrated to Trinidad because of I wanted to live here and to live outdoors also. And sometimes when I have friends over, you can't have a breakfast on your porch, you know, because of the scent, the pungent smell. And I think something really needs to be done about it.
Slash and burn.
Yes. I mean, actually, when I was a kid and I lived here, we didn't have a green truck picker, so everybody burned. But it's modern. Because recently I had to call the fire brigade on my neighbors because my kitchen is right there. I had company and they're burning and leather and they're burning everything.
Damn.
Wow. All right, ma'am.
So a better care for the environment and
yes. And again,
also
just consideration for other people.
consideration for other people.
You know, your neighbors.
Unfortunately, ma'am.
Love your program.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you. Happy New Year.
Bye-bye.
Try and have a happy New Year.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, these are the things that causes neighborhood wars and you know, people to continue to fall out with each other. Hello, good morning. What would you like to see change?
Yeah, hello, morning, Garth and Natasha, and I'm Stormington.
Thomas left. They are here with us
okay.
now.
Happy New Year to you all, and may God bless you today. This is Tony Harper here.
Tony Harper, how you doing?
Yeah, right. Garth, I would like to see the hangman come back in this country.
Oh, Lord.
Right? Not a matter, oh Lord, because you know why? Criminals don't fear nobody again, and we have to start popping the neck, make an example, bring back capital punishment. That is my problem. But that is my solution for crime in this country this year. Start popping a neck every day. It is in the Constitution. It is in the law.
And it's time we start doing that, right? Okay, that's your wish. That's the man's wish. All right. Okay. We could pronounce on it if you want.
It doesn't work.
Hello. Good morning. What would you like to see change?
Yes. Good morning, Garth. Good morning, Natasha.
Happy New Year, Annette.
Thank you so much. Same to you both. Love you all very much. And whoever is the keyboardist, is it Gary?
Gary, yes.
Right. Happy New Year to you, Gary. Garth and Natasha, you know what I want to see? I want to see for this new year, first of all, less crime, number one. More love amongst us. The people in Parliament who are supposed to support bills for the betterment and upliftment of Trinidad, that is stop making a certain noise and support the bills, because criminals, they feel they're in charge. And Garth and Natasha, you see, utilities like WASA, where I live in Maloney, they give us a time schedule. It says 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. I hope for 2023 that WASA would work with their schedule. It is almost lunchtime, and we haven't gotten a drop of water as yet in Maloney. And this is one of our water scheduled days.
Right.
People are being paid to do jobs, and I would like them to get up and do their job, regardless of what profession you hold in Trinidad. Please do your job. Thank you all so much, and God bless you all. And bless all your guests to come and all your guests. That little girl is so sweet.
I know her.
Oh, such an intelligent child. Okay, thanks
Catalina,
again.
yes. One love, thank you.
You can hardly hear over the din from next door.
Hello,
but
yes.
Good morning.
God, I have been listening to the program.
What would you like to see change for 2023, Larry?
Well, I called to tell you that what I would like to see for the new year, I would like to see that the state, you see, especially in the rural areas, where they have problems, they work more faster, to deal with the issues, like the road and things, you understand?
Right.
And the second one is that people must try to live with more love.
Yes.
Not because a man who owe you $200, you can't kill him.
Yeah.
I'm just using that as a nut in the shell, in a nutshell. And the third one is that people must stop defending, trying to pamper for criminals. Because they don't have to think for the victims of them. The kind of thing a criminal will do a victim is the victim you have to feel sorry for, not because the police shoot a man. I don't feel police just watch a man there so I shoot him. Maybe I might shoot a man trying to say by accidentally shoot the wrong person. There's the same way that when the criminals shooting, they don't really shoot a child. But yeah, some of them so evil, they might kill a child or shoot a child because they see the child go sell them out and different things like that. So that is one of the main reasons why you must not have no sympathy for no criminal. Now, when you're young, you do all kind of things, and when you get a certain age, you change and you're responsible and things. We know these things. A criminal could change, he could end up a priest. We know these things. But then again, you cannot afford to feel sorry for that, because what that doing to as a victim is what is that is what the issue is.
All right, Larry.
Take
Thank
care.
you.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy the rest of the new year.
Yeah, same to
everybody.
you. Same to you.
Yeah.
And hello, 622-3937. Good morning. Hello.
Hello, morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
What would you like to see change for 2023?
I would like to see something done about the fireworks myself.
Fireworks.
Yes.
Mhm.
This morning I got up and I'm looking out on the main road on Digger Martin, and there's this dog just running up and down, frantic. And it's somebody's dog because it has a color. And I am almost certain that is the result of fireworks.
Of course. Yes, it
The
is.
poor dog is just running back and forth, up and down the street, going across it, and I'm saying, oh gosh, I hope no kind bunks down this dog. Because you could see the dog, panicking.
Yeah.
So I'm just hoping that,
Yes.
it gets back to its owner.
Okay.
That was really a pitiful sight to watch.
I know.
Yes,
Thank you for your observation, caller.
So
Thanks
it's
a lot.
hard.
And we want to see that change. We really want to see change. This fireworks
And it's more
phenomenon.
people
Hello, good morning.
than not that want
Good
to change
morning,
too.
Garth and Natasha.
Good morning. Hey, how you doing? Happy New Year.
I am good. Same to you.
Yes.
You know what? I want to see the judiciary step up. Stop giving bail. Let these cases come. Open courts. Do the cases. Let them pay the dues. Stop coming out on bail and the parents paying the bail and they're doing it again. It is heart-rending. Why so many cases backlog? It's as if the judiciary stands still. I can't understand. And you know what? Whatever is the punishment for the crime, if it is the hangman, whatever, give it to them. Because they don't really care. Don't really care. And even the fireworks thing. These children are shooting this thing against one another. It's fun for them like it's a gun. is a practice for the gun. Garth and Natasha, you have a prosperous new year, both of you.
I thank you.
Thank you very much, and same to you.
Same to you, my dear. Same to you. The judiciary step up.
Yeah.
They're asking for the judiciary to step up, and we too have been asking.
Yes,
we want a couple of convictions on human trafficking going forward. Trinidad and Tobago, prepare yourself for Trinidad and Tobago to be relegated to Tier 3 on the trafficking in persons watch list if we're not careful.
We need to revise.
The police have done their job. The ministry have done their job. The counter trafficking unit and all related arms have done their job. The traffickers in prison waiting to go to court to be sentenced. We need that this year without fail. Good morning.
Good morning, Garth and Natasha.
Good morning. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. According to a previous caller there, I too would like to see the return of the hangman. I'm speaking from Tobago to be more emphatic.
Morning,
in Tobago, we never had these sort of crimes. Imagine in Tobago, we have had 10 or 11 crimes, murders for the year. This has never really happened here. You might have heard about one or two. Then most times they know the persons who have committed the crime, and they might have them there in the jail, either waiting for bail or being fed with taxpayers' money and that sort of thing. I think it doesn't really stop with the police or the government, as I hear them saying. Everything is about this incompetent Keith Rowley government. Keith Rowley didn't send them. I am saying, what about the magistrate court? They are taken before the courts in any case. What happened? The magistrates just giving them a little slap on the wrist and tell them, go home and behave yourself? That is not good enough.
Yeah.
They are supposed to bring back the hangman, according to our previous caller. And when they do that, then the message would get out to those would-be criminals that they're not to do that foolish thing. And on the back of that, bring back the youth camp that a previous government had closed down. Because you see, most times the persons who are committing these crimes are little boys who don't want to look for work, little boys who can't drive a nail straight, little boys who don't know that if they learn a trade, they'll be better off. I happened to lecture in a mosque program some years ago, and there were people there telling me, big people telling me they can't make a receipt if they don't have a receipt book. I mean, they say we have people who are very backward, and some of them just going into Mile Up and White Up and MIC just to get this stipend to come out and buy a little gun or buy drugs, and that is not good enough. So they have to go way back and get on there with them. Yes, we need to see that. And too many crimes. I am scared of Trinidad. No, I don't want to talk too hard. Yes, because you could be going down the road just on Cedric Street there, and somebody from Queen Street see the target down at this statue, and you might get the bullet instead of the target, and that is not good enough. They have to do something about the crime. Bring back the hangman, and don't stay too long with these magistrates, these courts. These court matters taking how many years, and that is not good enough. And when they finish, they send them out to kill somebody again or to do some stupidness.
Ma'am, before you go, remember. And I'm happy that you reminded me that you're from Tobago. And the voice, yes, we're familiar with your voice because you have been following this program since we've been
all
on.
the time. It's interesting
right.
to see.
But remember, there was a time we were doing a program, a series called Operation Rescue Tobago, and people had a problem with us doing it because we were highlighting the ills and the drug situation in Tobago. Would you admit now that Tobago's drug problem has gotten 10 times worse since we started?
Well, of course it is. And I'm saying all this has happened because of the closing down of those important schools or classes where they used to go. They actually going to learn a trade. I have known of young guys going into this thing at Monks in Georgia, youth camp. And they are big shots. They because from the trade they learn.
Do you think that is also due to the lack of a treatment facility on the island? treatment is an essential component to
Of course,
recovery.
but why have they destroyed the youth camp? I don't know if it's the building they destroy or whatever.
No, but
all right,
not
ma'am.
the
Okay.
youth camp alone, but you see that too. But I thank you very much for your contribution.
But they need to bring back those camps.
Okay,
they need to bring
yes,
back. And I'm not talking about YTEP where they go in morning, come out evening and all that
no,
sort of
living
thing.
camps, the youth camps.
Living camps where they learn manners, learn how to get up and pray and that sort of thing and have a sense of responsibility.
Thanks a lot.
Okay.
You have a good day and continue to enjoy the new year. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Can I just say one little thing about the hangman story? I don't understand if people make the connection, but you can't complain about a justice system that is not working or that works too slowly. And then on the other hand, want to implement a measure of sentencing that takes a very long time to happen. You're talking about convicting someone and sentencing them to death. When they're placed on death row, how long do you think it takes between the time the person is arrested and they are executed? A very long time.
It could take 2 decades.
Correct.
So, and
obviously, the system itself is not designed to just churn out people and send them by the hangman. It's not designed to do that. It is designed to frustrate people. It's an adversary system. It's designed to punish, not to administer justice, to punish. All right? So what we get is what we support, what we ask for. We get what we ask for. We want to punish people for the crimes that they commit. And that is what we get in. So all of us out here who begging for the hangman, that is not going to solve our problem. It's not going to fix the judicial system, which is already broken, and it's not going to solve crime. It's not going to deter crime either.
I have a different. Okay, let's take one and I'll explain. Hello, good morning. 6223937. Good morning.
Compliments of the season.
Many
very
happy
healthy,
morning,
prosperous 2020.
What would you like to see change for 2023?
God, we need to change our mentality in this country. This country is the most subsidized country in the world. We have to stop this dependency, gimme thing. If you want the essential services to improve, then the rates must be raised. Because right now, it's $3 per day for the water bill, which is less than a bottle of water. In outside countries, you have to pay first, pay current. So if there's a slight increase in water and current rates, that is the way to go. And according to Natasha, this death penalty bus don't pass already. People must understand that. We have to find other ways to reduce crime in this country. Blessed day. May the Creator bless you all with resources to continue this program. Wonderful show as usual.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I just want to say too that remember, governments around the world have, even though the only place that hanging people willy-nilly and executing people is the United States.
Correct.
They're doing that in each, because each state has their own law with the death penalty, and they sending people to Jamaica, they do business. But then for some reason the Commonwealth, there's an issue, and we a stick is held up to us if we try to hang anybody in this part of the world, because it's inhumane,
a vestige of colonialism. It's the same colonizers that input the system in here, you know. The same people who telling us, hey, all your backward or what? These are the same people who gave us this system of punishment, not justice.
So it's not easy to just walk somebody to the hangman in this time, in this century.
No.
And personally, folks, my take on the hangman is not a deterrent, but a life sentence in prison is worse than death. You all don't believe that. I am telling you. If you take somebody away from one life that they're accustomed living, and you put them to live in a 2x4, and they're eating
where they have to ponder their actions.
They're not eating and drinking and driving and liming and doing and that they're accustomed to.
Take away your freedom.
That is worse than a death sentence.
I don't think people who are advocating for the death penalty have spent a day in prison
622
or know what it's like to be deprived of your freedom.
Hello, good morning. What would you like to see change? Morning.
Morning.
Yeah, hello?
Yes, sir. What would you like to see change for 2023?
Well, I calling from New York City. Garth,
Uh-huh.
hello?
Yes, we're hearing you. Welcome, New York
Yeah, I
City.
calling from New York City, and I heard you said something just now that I don't fully agree
Go ahead.
with the police and them treating the suspects and the prisoners.
Uh-huh.
I'll tell you something. In life, when you look at life, is what you project, that is what you just get. Those criminals, they have no respect for the public. Literature, and look, this week gone here, right? They tried to shoot a man. He run from his yard. He run in a woman's house. You know, they run him down in the woman's house, straight in the woman's bedroom, and they shoot him and kill him.
Right.
What kind of life is that?
We're not condoning that at all.
Well, all right.
But
What
then-
kind of life? But when the police kill them now, the public, when the criminals hearing these things, you know what they're saying? Oh, the public on our side.
No, it's not about taking sides. No, the
criminal.
police have their role. The police have their role. Civilians have their role. The police role is not to kill
but what
people.
I'm saying, yes, but what I'm saying, Natasha, you treat people with respect.
Of course.
You get respect when respect is due.
Agreed.
These criminals have no respect. Look, I want to come back to Trinidad to live. And to tell you the honest truth, every day I am frightened.
You should be.
I am frightened because long time you could have come back home with your sealant, pack it in front of your yard, and you offload it. When I come back home now with all my appliances and things, how I securing that?
I call it. I
How I
understand what you're
securing
saying.
that?
All right.
That is
thank
the
you.
state the country come to?
Yeah,
Thank you, caller. Thank you.
it's very unfortunate.
Folks, let me
true.
just make this clear. Again, right? We here have always and will always continue to defend, highlight, promote, celebrate the Trinidad and Tobago, all arms of protective service, rather. But you know what? Just like you like to do us here, everybody, and that is something I would like to see change in 2023, the accepting of criticism, constructive criticism. If a criminal run into a house and kill somebody, that don't mean the police have to do it.
Correct.
Because here what? Some of you tend to believe that when a projectile leaves a weapon, it hits the person and drop on the ground behind them. Only don't understand how far a projectile travels. And have we, as I said again, we have interviewed the commissioners in the UK, US, and Canada. And all of them said the same thing. If a man runs into a house with children, a family inside, the police, they don't ever kick down door and run in behind them and kill them inside. What they do, they try to get the family to come out first. They try to negotiate with the person inside. They see the fast food policing. It is not working. It does not look good. And that is what I'm talking about. So if a criminal runs into a house and the police have him in there, he in there. They know he's in there. So
But
then
the police
what
have
about
to
getting
consider-
the family to safety and even the houses on the left and the right?
Correct.
That's how far most police force and
Correct.
service go before they engage a suspect in a house, This is what I, Garth Sinclair, this is the level I would like to see our police service graduate to. Am I asking too much?
No, of course
Am I
not.
asking too much that our police officers would wear body cameras? So when a police officer say a man raised a weapon at him and he had to kill the man, I back that officer 100%. Am I asking too much, caller? Am I asking
That's
too
the
much?
only way. That's
Am I
the
asking
only
too much
way.
for saying that is what we would like to see? Because we know there are people who play the fool with police. And if it is you foolish enough to raise a weapon as a police officer in the line of duty and he decide to defend himself and take you out, you look for that. I defending the police. But we need to see it too, so that we could back the police.
Don't
That's what I'm
expect us
asking.
to blindly trust what the police say because we can hear the same story every day.
6223937.
Police were fired upon and the suspect, quote unquote, end up dead.
Why we can't ask for more? Why? Why? Just tell me. Why can't we ask and demand more that we want to see our police service upgraded in that manner too? Why? Is something
Protect
wrong in
and
asking for
serve
that?
with pride.
Hello?
How about that? Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
Garth and Natasha, good morning. Garth, I called you a long time ago for Dexter number, but not that anyway. Once the police is the only law enforcement agency in this country, we will always have trouble. Always. Police can't commit crime to solve crime, you know. And
What
that
would you
is
like to
what's going
see?
on.
Well said, sir.
So what
That
would you
is
like to
what's
see
going
change
on.
for 2023?
Right? it's a lot of things, but management. We have a management problem in this country. The managers and them want to be friends with the workers. God, you know, in the work, you and a Lance Corporal could line last night, and when he running a fatigue, don't mess up on his fatigue because he's the first one putting you in his cell.
True. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, the managers, we have a management problem in this country, and we have to solve that first. We could either bring in some foreigners to shadow the managers in each department in this country, or something like that. But, and I mean, Guy Griffith talking, but he was the one who shut down SWOT, and now we need somebody to overlook the police service. Once them straighten up, I feel we could get some results in this country.
Thank you very much, sir.
Right. And you know Dexter is my boy, so I still had a look out for him.
All right. Yes, man.
Yeah. Take care.
Yeah.
Thank you very
so,
much.
So this is what I'm saying. So blaming the commissioner of police or the minister of national security because the crime reached 600 and if Gary and I fall out in this studio here and I decide to go and get a gun and come back and kill Gary, how the police stopping that? How? Tell me. And if we have lost our ability to solve conflict by verbal conversation, and we just go. I mean, our old man Natasha. The video was shown on TV6 News. Our old man joined his daughter and another one and chop and plan ass a lady on the ground. The man kicked the grandfather. If you see this old man, pelt a kick at the woman. Well, he and all fell, and like one time he was motionless. I thought, well, they were drunk. And plan ass and chop. No, this is our grandfather leading this parade. Hello, good morning.
Hello, guys. I called to tell that the guy who called before and say that he can't afraid to come to Trinidad. I don't agree to him because I know personally people who ain't going certain part of this country. I wouldn't call it geographical areas, but the name that the geographical areas. But I know people in Trinidad right now ain't going certain places.
All right.
True crime.
Of course.
So the man right.
622. Hello, good morning. What would you like to see change? Hello. What would you like to see? What would you like to see change?
Hey, morning, my brother.
Morning.
Morning.
Fellow participants every time.
Could you speak up? Please, not hearing you. Could you speak up?
Turn off your radio.
What I want to see change, but is that people take a greater sense of personal responsibility. And going back to what Natasha was saying, if you have something to do, if you have to do something, do that. I think with just that simple shift alone, you could accomplish plenty here, right?
Yeah.
A greater sense of personal responsibility. And once you do that on your own and it spreads, it's like paying it forward. You understand? Like the old Mohandas K. Gandhi said, right? Be the change you want to see in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And it starts from the individual perspective. Everybody had a responsibility. Let's sit down, think about it, and go about it. You know what I mean? And like you say, people must be able here to accept criticism professionally and don't take it personally.
Don't take it personal, yeah.
From all levels. Like, you know, like you want to see. Right? Look like, for example, the thing about purpose-built police vehicles. It had started lovely under one regime with the Opel Astra vehicles. I'm sure I could remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Where they were deliberately set up like that. You had the barrier separating the operators, that is the driver and observer, and the prisoner. Right? And things change. Regime change. Somebody say it's too expensive to do that.
Correct.
But look where we are today. Perhaps if we had had that continue, we might have had a better relationship between law enforcement and when they apprehend people, because you would have been treating people in a humane way. Not to say that we wouldn't have the incidences of things happening, but it would have been reduced, and thereby, you know what I mean, you have a better relationship between the public and the police. And finally, what I want to say is that on our crime show that we have, yes, there's a segment about the law and you, but I think more people need to do about that. You know, we have the police service says things about station councils and so on. All right, so how about when you're having one of these meetings, you zoom it or you televise it so people in the community who have wireless connectivity could look at it and so on. And there you get people to buy in on what the work is about. We shouldn't just use the technology because COVID forced that on us, but it was a reality. We could use it to do other things to enhance what the state wants to do through its agencies and how you get the public to buy into it.
Thank you.
All right, thank
Take
you.
care.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Let's take a quick break and come back because I want to play this video, God, please.
Well, okay, let's
We're
keep
gonna
I
run
could
out of
make an
time.
executive decision here and Shopman go straight it now.
Go to the. Oh yes, please.
I just want to let people know that we here we support all arms and we have to. We do, and that is what we choose to do. All arms of national security under the Ministry of National Security, and I thank them for giving us this opportunity. Minister Hines, P.S. Joseph, and all at the ministry, the counter trafficking unit of Trinidad and Tobago under Miss Kemoy Thomas Williams now. But folks, we must remember something. We give in thanks and we must record the history right. And my mother always told me about ungratefulness worse than witchcraft. We cannot forget the work that Miss Alana Wheeler did to start the counter trafficking unit. Whether what the inner workings of the ministry and the counter trafficking unit, we don't know nothing about. All we know is what she did for Trinidad and Tobago. And whether we like it or not, we have to say thank you to Miss Alana Wheeler and her mother for providing such a beautiful daughter to Trinidad and Tobago, hardworking, who took the counter trafficking unit from ground to where it is today. Remember, ungratefulness is worse than witchcraft. We cannot forget that. And we have to thank Miss Wheeler for that. Miss Thomas Williams has the baton now to take the unit further. And we wish her all the best. But we have to remember Miss Alana Wheeler and the contribution she made to Trinidad and Tobago and building the counter-trafficking unit to the powerful unit that it is today. We thank you, Miss Wheeler, for the work that you've done for Trinidad and Tobago. Indeed. And now it's so Gary, let's go to the...
Oh, we have a caller. Quickly, caller.
Good morning.
Morning.
Hey,
Morning, Natasha, Garth, and your who on the board?
Gary.
Who?
Gary.
Gary. Happy New Year to you, Gary.
Yeah, Natasha has something to play for you, Miss Diego Martin. So.
What you say?
No, I said Natasha has something to play for you all just now. So. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yes.
Garth, I heard you talk about some Chinese lantern over by you on your side of the veil. Is there that happened?
No, it wasn't a Chinese lantern. This was a bateau with high explosives in it.
Oh, Jesus, wait, that's a new one? Anyway, there was a Chinese lantern that landed in somebody's house on my side.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy said, luckily he was home. God, they need to be serious. You see, come next year, I don't want to hear no stupidness about, because I heard the former Attorney General talk about putting legislation and banning and fireworks and things. Let me tell you, after those 8 houses were burned down in the East Dry River area, it was January 2022, they better get serious. Because this country just wait until tragedy happens to put things in place. You see, that Chinese lantern, trust me, they better deal with that. That's not supposed to be in nobody's house.
At all.
Right? Down here was like Ukraine and Russia last night. As a matter of fact, the whole week. Let me tell you, I had a guest here from Germany, and she was saying, y'all could, because she hearing the explosion, she must swear she was in Ukraine. And she saying, y'all could do that before years. I say, yeah. She said, no, we can't do that all years. And they give a specific day, the all years night and time, and after that, that's it. 2:30 this morning, you hearing bomb exploding in the Guatin.
Look, they got to be crazy.
Thank you,
Y'all
Mr.
have a
Happy New
blessed
Year.
day. Reach home safe.
Happy New Year.
Bye.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Right, so
All
let's
right,
go
short
to
man, let's go to this video. This is my gift to my husband and a celebration of at least the 11 years that we've been married. We've been together longer than that, of course, and of course tied into that is our tribute to Black Stalin. So
Folks, this is those of you just joining us, Natasha and I got married right on this, well, I didn't say right on this program, but to the first. Yesterday was our 11th anniversary too, and we came together on air. A number of people don't know that we are married, but yes, we are. And she tolerated me for the last 11 years, and without her, there would be no independency. So let's go to...
Giving praise.
Let's go. And we come back and wrap up. And we thank each and everybody who joined us this morning on Facebook and YouTube. We thank you so, so, so much for your love and continued support.
Woman, you're black man balling. I can't take no more.
Natasha says she knows too high.
Yeah, no, I can't sing a lot, but I want us to listen to the lyrics of this song.
We struggle too long. Come on and grab your woman's hand. Let us sing the freedom song.
We vow to fight.
And that's what we did. We voted
together for right.
Voice for the voiceless.
Our family. Free and healthy. And we must stick together. In any kind of weather.
Our journey through Trinidad and Tobago.
Giving praise to the Creator.
This is a picture of forever. So those who was part of that journey, thank you very much. But we have a lot of pictures, boy. I didn't realize.
You only know.
Yeah, we have a lot of pictures, folks. This is our journey here in Africa Chronicle. Well, that's me and Skilla.
All the vision block.
I made the semi-final decision.
I'm feeling good.
Backing up is not the answer, and it has never been. We've got to keep on going and stay righteous and free.
We found the fight together for right. The whole family free and healthy, and we must stick together in any kind of weather.
Radio station and the prison.
Giving praise to the Creator.
And this year we're going to take a journey to 20 years of our independence. We're going to hear about that Abu Malik that we had here. This is us here with officials of the Center for Addiction and Mental Health in Canada. This is also top Chancellor. And we thank Mr. Harvey Boris. We never forget Mr. Harvey Boris calling us on the air and saying he's going to contribute to our wedding, and he told us he did. Yes, he absolutely did. And thank you, Harvey, for coming through for us. And we got Alicia's on the hill, Chancellor. Harvey, Gary said you're getting married soon, so call him. So, this is also Tobago at the Signal Hill Comprehensive. And we paid them a visit and I spoke with them. Natasha said she already put this together. And we say good morning, Father Stout. Father Stout and Bishop Harvey for the love and everything that you showed us and continue to show us. This is awesome. I was in London for going to take off my jacket.
Yes, it was cold.
and you know, chivalry. I shiver. This is again. And remember, folks, you and our Dependency, you were part of this journey too as well. You know, you remember when we came on air, we were at Ruston Bay Street in Woodbrook, and we journeyed from there all the way here. This is me from the Ocean. You see, this is me going to Brixton to show the film Traffic. Asking Gary to bring on the character this year. So I hope you appreciated this little journey into our life, folk, and it will continue throughout the year. Going back to our independence, to Braille. I mean, this is us at the Odeum in Panton in the UK, screening the film to foreign diplomats. Session once again, and we will stick together. We have stuck together in any kind of weather. God, the weather was rough, folks. Believe me when I tell you that. But God kept us, and we pray that He keep us going forward. This is us with millionaires at Radio 5 BBC. I want to say hello to so many people, boy. But Derek Valley, yes, good morning to you. And Miss Kimoy Thomas Williams, and Joan Williams, the mother of our independence. Thank you. And this is us presenting that poster to Mr. Overland and Tobago. So next week I'll talk about the day. Minister of National Security will be here with us, folks. So prepare for that. The minister will grace us with his presence and our independence next Sunday, God willing. Bishop Harvey, Father Godfrey Stout, who I call you Michael Jordan of priests. Good morning, Father Godfrey Stout, and happy New Year to you. Still in listening is here with the news. Folks, this has been a great journey to all on Facebook. As we speak, Miss Williams, thank you very much for the goodie that you bought for us. You know, Guardian Group, Peter, TNTech, Digicel, Aricola. Anybody can find you on Ferguson, please tell them to contact me. Babel, Gilbert Modest. God bless you. Garnet Moore, God bless you. Pam Dobson, Bianca, Loma, Judy, Zina, Dot, Yvonne, Mia Brown, Kathy, all those who started the journey with us. We're still here. We're going forward to another 20 years. Major news up next with Sterling Henderson.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, folks. Sterling is here to bring you news. Gary, thank you very much. Folks, be safe.
Thank you for the present.
You're most
no
welcome.
Bad news today.
We hope we will keep you on time in 2023. We're on time.
Happy New Year.
2023, we're on time. God. 2023 on time.
Yes.
Broadcasting from Port of Spain, Trinidad,